Alrighty, hello everybody. Today we're going to be going over the NFL teams, where they're going to be ending up at the end of the season. When it comes to week 17, I'm going to go ahead and pull this video up and then look at the schedule and where they all ended up. Hopefully it's not too bad. I doubt I get any close, but let's give it a shot here. First team up, we got the Arizona Cardinals. Did pretty decent last year. Kyler Murray's still with the team. They could definitely be in this range. They're going to be one of the better teams in the NFC West. 7-9. Atlanta Falcons. Not much to say there. Baltimore Ravens. I mean, great team. Lamar's always good. I could see him in a 10-13. I feel like that's where they're supposed to be. I'm going to keep them there. I'm going to keep them in the 10-13. I think I can pull that off. The Buffalo Bills. They could even be up here, man. I mean, they are a good team. Josh Allen, I mean, we're going to keep them up here for now. The Carolina Panthers. Let's see if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy for an entire season. Is Sam Darnold even their starting quarterback? I'm pretty sure it's somebody else. Who took over for Sam Darnold? I don't know. They're going to have a good year. We're going to stick them in 7-9. They're going to have a good year. I can feel it. The Bears. Okay. The Bengals. Very good team last year. Lost to the Rams in the Super Bowl. Going to be another great team this year. Could be up here. Could easily see them up here at the end of the year, but I'm going to put them here for now, just to be conservative. The Browns. Yeesh. We're going to put them in 7-9. All right, Dallas. I mean, always a good team. Kind of frauds. They always end up just blowing it at the end. I think 10-13 is obvious. They could be up here, but I'm going to keep them at 10-13. The Raiders. I mean, boy, were they just behind bars last season.
Got him!
But, I mean, great stadium. That's really all they got going for them at the moment. But I think 7-9 is pretty reasonable. They'll probably end up there. I like them there. The Texans. It's one of those teams I just really don't care about too much. And I'm just going to put them down here just to put them down here. Couldn't tell you who their starting quarterback is or running back, or really much about them. Just, if instead of this saying 3 or less, it should just say irrelevant. And speaking of irrelevant, but Hard Knocks kind of, first episode got me fired up. Coach just has such great heart.
Because we'll tread water as long as it takes to bury you.
Jared Goff.
If anything, slight momentum that you feel.
We'll stick him in the 4-6. That's fine. Best team in the league. Just, back-to-back champs. It's going to happen. Moving on. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars. No more Urban Meyer. Trevor Lawrence. I mean, they're not 3 or less, but I don't see them being in 7-9 at all. I think 4-6 is pretty reasonable for them. And we're just going to keep it at that. Broncos country.
Let's ride.
Just kidding. But they do have Russ. Decent team. Hard to play in that stadium. I don't think. I mean, they could be a 10-13 team. I don't want to keep. This is going to be too packed if I just keep throwing people in here. But I think I have to. If anybody, the Cardinals would be up here. Yeah, I think they would. We're going to switch. We're going to do a little swap. This is an interesting one because no more Devontae Adams, but they do have Aaron Jones. They have Aaron Rodgers.
My second TV. I got one for my living room now and one for my bedroom. So
Do you really need two? I mean, can I have one?
if you come over and watch some movies with me.
I feel like they're going to have a pretty tough season. I don't see them not making playoffs, though, and I'm pretty sure you need 10 wins to make playoffs, so they might be in this range. Oh, man. We're going to give it to them. Anyway. The Colts, Jonathan Taylor, one of the best running backs in the league right now. They didn't make playoffs last season. I think they were right in this range last season, 7-9. I could see them making a push. We're gonna have to move some of these teams around at one point, but I'm gonna keep them up here right now. Because like a team like the Finns comes in, and I would say the Finns are better. I don't know. They're pretty equal, but I don't think they're on the same level as the Bengals or. Yeah, just going to have to do that. The Chargers. Gosh, do I want them to be up here so badly. They deserve to be up here. They really do. But I think they're going to end up around here somewhere. They make some questionable calls in games sometimes. I don't know. I think they're going to have a good season, though. We're going to have to take one of these teams down. No, not yet. Okay. Minnesota Vikings. Perfect team to just bang. Not much to say. Dalvin Cook kind of on his way out. Adam Thielen. I mean, it's not that bad team by any means, but they're pretty mediocre. I think that's perfect. The New England Patriots. Interesting one. Mac Jones could be 7-9. Could have just a terrible season. They don't play like the worst or the best teams in the league. I'm going to have to stick them in the 7-9 for now. We'll come back to that. All right, we're going to leave the Patriots there. Next, we have the Saints. The New Orleans Saints. Taysom Hill. Believe Jameis Winston's still on the team. Alvin Kamara. I mean, a decent team. Definitely not going to be too good. They could have one of these seasons. I think they're going to end up in the 7-9, though. I think that's a fair spot. We might have to do some switching around later. The New York Giants and Kayvon Thibodeau.
Set out here having his way. Quay out having his way. Quay out here having his way. And like the third me go out, take what?
They had a great draft.
Power I was talking about from
As
the
soon as I link with these niggas, they feelings are written up. Taking them pay. Five and niggas won't take it. Hey, I'm having my way.
I could see them in the 7-9. I don't think that they would ever get to the 10-13. It's a possibility, but I think a team like the Finns. I'm going to do that. I think that's fair. The Giants are going to be staying 7-9. That's fine. The New York Jets. The Kansas City Chiefs. We are going to just run into one of those juggernauts, you know? Do the Kansas City Chiefs get 3 or less wins next season? I mean, after a disappointing loss to the Bengals, I believe, in the playoffs last year. I would have to say I'm going to keep them up there in the 14 plus for now. Go Birds. Jalen Hurts. I think it's a 4-6, honestly. I really do. I'm not going to go into too much depth on that one. The Steelers. Najee Harris. No more Big Ben. Great wide receiver core. They should easily be in the 7 and 9. I think they might have even been down here last year. Last year was not a good season for them. I'm going to stick them in the 7 and 9 at the moment. The Seattle Seahawks. Yeesh. That's a safe bet right there. I don't think that they're going to get less than 3 wins. But I don't really see them getting 7, you know. The San Francisco 49ers.
Stafford throws, pass caught, Kupp, still rumbling. Kupp down to the 12. He's got it. Rams are on top. Garoppolo under pressure. Donald got there in the air, intercepted by the Rams, and they may ride to the Super Bowl on that.
This is one of those that could be in either of these two. They had to have finished last season up here, so I would assume they're going to do it again. But I don't necessarily like them. We'll give it to them. We'll see at the end of this, but we're going to give it to them for now. The Bucks. I mean, it's a really good team. One of the best quarterbacks of all time, if not the best quarterback of all time. They're going to make playoffs. They could easily be here, but just got out of respect. The Tennessee Titans, a team in shambles. Great running back, great quarterback, great wide receivers. Just can't ever pull it off for some reason. We have way too many teams up here, I think. I do believe the Titans are going to be up here, though. I think we need to take a couple teams down. Let's do a couple rearranging. Is there any of these that could be in the 6 to 4? I mean, Browns can be pretty bad too. We're gonna move on. The red. The Commanders. The Commanders are going to go. I mean, again, not like a decent team. I think like right here is pretty. I think that's not fair enough. I think they need to be up here, to be honest. I think that's pretty fair. I do think one of these 10 to 13 teams need to come down. I don't think there's going to be this many teams above 10 wins. But then we'd have to bring one of these down. So maybe when we bring the Saints down here, and Green Bay might be down here. No way, they don't make playoffs. We're going to keep it like that. That is my final scoreboard.